The first ever Liberal PM of the Netherlands in 90 years is gone. Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte is now poised to leave the office in Hague, as his own coalition partners have left him in limbo. The reason for this abandonment? Well, Rutte can't kowtow the EU's dictum on migration. Hi and welcome to TFIGlobal, the foreign affairs and geopolitical analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host Atul Mishra. Let's begin. The stronghold of the Netherlands has bid farewell to its first ever Liberal Prime Minister in 90 years. Mark Rutte, the face of Dutch politics for over a decade, finds himself abandoned by his coalition partners, leaving him stranded in the treacherous realm of politics. It hasn't been smooth sailing for Mr. Rutte in recent months, to say the least. While he boldly stood against the Ukraine war, his tenure saw the Netherlands become the first nation to remove sanctions on over 91 Russian commodities. Simultaneously, the country raised concerns about uncontrolled migration. Yet, Rutte stumbled when faced with the climate conundrum posed by the EU. One of the EU's ambitious commitments was to halve Europe's overall nitrogen emissions by 2030, a Herculean goal that Rutte accepted to follow. However, a significant portion of these emissions stems from the manure and urine produced by the staggering number of cattle, pigs, and chickens roaming the land. To reach the target and protect biodiversity, the Dutch government proposed reducing livestock numbers by a third, even resorting to compulsory buyouts of reluctant farmers. Well, the Dutch farmers weren't too thrilled about the idea. They took to the streets, blocking every possible road and even expressing their displeasure by brandishing burning torches at Minister Sigrid Kaag. This fierce opposition to Rutte's plans led to his popularity plummeting, despite being the most admired leader in the Netherlands. And as if that wasn't enough, last week he threw in the towel, unable to withstand the political pressure from his pro-EU coalition partners. The collapse of the Dutch government on Friday, that is July the 7th, resulted from the failure to reach an agreement on migration policy, yet another issue that continues to divide European governments. Prime Minister Rutte, known for his longevity in power, announced his resignation, preparing for new general elections in the fall. Meanwhile, a caretaker government will take the reins until then. He has also announced that he will be leaving politics entirely. Months of internal struggle within the coalition government centered around migration issues, specifically family reunification and the creation of temporary and permanent asylum classes. Rutte advocated for limiting the entry of children from war-torn regions and imposing a 2-year waiting period for family reunification. However, his party clashed with the Christian Union and D66, ultimately leading to the government's crisis. Migration has proven to be an intractable issue, stirring up nationalist sentiments and empowering right-wing parties across Europe. The Netherlands has faced its share of challenges, with a surge in asylum seekers and immigration numbers straining housing capacities. Rutte's shift away from a pro-migration stance has caused his coalition partners to abandon ship, leaving him in the wake of political turmoil. It truly marks the end of an era, and it seems unlikely that pro-EU parties will claim position of power. In the intricate world of politics, going against the tide can be a perilous path. Rutte has learned this lesson the hard way, paying the price for challenging the EU's agenda. As the Netherlands braces itself for uncertain times ahead, the legacy of Rutte's departure will linger, a stark reminder of the consequences that come with defying the established order.